So in the previous videos, we have discussed the while loop, and then at this section, we will be discussing another repetition structure, which is do while. Okay, so if you remember from our discussion before, we have mentioned that the while loop might not execute at all. So this is because a while loop tests its condition before entering the loop. And if the condition is already false, the loop never executes at all. Okay, so however, sometimes it is useful to have a loop that always executes at least once. Okay, so the do while is a useful na loop for this one, and then it's a post test na loop because unlike the while loop that checks the condition before executing a loop body, the do while checks its condition at the bottom of the loop. So it's closely related to the while statement. So in fact, the do statement is essentially just a while statement whose condition or the controlling expression is tested after each execution of the loop body. So with that, it is guaranteed to execute at least one time. Okay, so here's the syntax of the do while. So this is your flow chart and then your syntax. So we um, have the do and then followed by the do while na body or the loop na body or the group of statements that are being executed if at least once, and then at the bottom is the condition. Okay, so here it executes statement at least once because, and then after which the condition will be tested. Okay, so if the condition is true, so it will execute the do while na loop body again, and then it will just keep on executing until such time that the condition becomes false. Okay, so if false, the do while na loop will be terminated and it will proceed to executing the statement just below the do while na statement. Okay, so let's have an example. So we will do a similar task that we have discussed in our previous discussion for a while. So we will also have declare and initialize an integer variable a with a value of 1. And then this is our do while na, na statement. So we will print the value of a and then update the value of a, and after which we will check the condition. We will check or evaluate the condition and evaluate the condition. Okay. So let's see one by one. Okay. So here it will directly print a, which has a value of 1, and then it will increment the a. So now your a becomes 2, and we will have the condition. So your a is 2, so your 2 is less than 6. So it will basically continue executing or repeating, repeat executing the loop na body. Now we will print again the value of a, which is now 2, and increment a now becomes 3, and evaluate is 3 is less than 6, so it is still true. So it will go back and execute this again. So print value of a is equal to a3, and then now increment a again, a becomes 4, and evaluate. So 4 is still less than 6. It will repeat, and then increment a again, and then evaluate. 5 is still less than 6. So it is true, and it will execute, and it will print the value of a is 5, increment a now becomes 6. Now, is your a still less than 6? So it will return a false because 6 is equal to 6 and not less than. So it is false. So it will break out of the do while loop, and the program will end. Okay, so but how is it different from a while loop? So in there are differences on where the condition is tested. On the while loop, the condition is tested first, so it may execute 0 times. So if your condition is already false in the first place, okay? But your do while, in your do while na condition, the condition is, in your do while na loop, the condition is on the, is evaluated at the end. So um, even if your condition is false, so it must execute at least one time. So kasi execute niya muna before niya i-check yung condition, and that's where we'll know whether your condition is true or false. So what are the similarities? So there, one statement is executed, and then the initialization is done before the loop, and the update is also done during the loop. Okay. So for example, here, we initialize our loop control na variable A before the loop, and then we also need to have a way to end our loop. Okay, so that may be done by updating our loop control na variable inside or within your loop na bodies, so that those are similar to both your do and your while. Okay, but saan sila nagkakaiba? In your do while, the condition is tested at the end, but in your while, the condition is tested before. All right. So what will be seen here? So initialize, updated, and tested. And then for the while, you initialize, test, and then gets updated. Okay, so let's have an example. So we both have this code which which both have a loop control variable A with a value of 7, and the condition is that the A must be less than 6. So what will be the output of this program? So for the do while, the value of A will be 7. All right. So because A is equal to 7, now it will enter the loop. So it will print the value of A, and then it will increment the A. So your A will now be equal to 8, and your 8 is 8 less than 6. Since it is false, then the program will end. But in your while loop, it will print nothing. Why? Because we initialized our A is equal to 7, and now we immediately check or evaluate the condition. Your 7 is less than 6. Is your 7 less than 6? It is false. So it will just skip the loop body, will not do anything, and the program will end. So that's the difference between the two. Okay.